everybody. Today we have a special guest from across the pond. Jordan Shelley is visiting. He came to go to the APDT conference and has been visiting us in Berkeley, going to serious puppy classes, and also attended one of Ian's science-based dog training with feeling lectures. I think you went to Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, yeah.
Well, anyway, welcome, Jordan.
Nice to be here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good to see you. And I don't know, I guess we should talk a little bit about who you are and what you're doing here. You recently had...
I was recently on TV back home in England on the BBC, which caused some controversy, I suppose you'd say.
Yes, you had a dog training clip.
Yeah, on a TV show back home, and it didn't go quite to plan. It was cut down quite a lot. So.
Yeah. Editing, the magic of editing, we know nothing about that here at Video iWoofs.
Yeah.
No, it's true, but it seems like you did get, you caused quite a bit of stir on TV there with your little clip, but I think a lot of good has come out of it. I mean, we met through that, and you came out and decided you were invited to check out lots of, the broader world of dog training, and you've come out here and visited, so I think that's been a great turn of events.
It has, it's been fantastic. I've met some really cool people and had an amazing time, and everyone's just so open-minded, and it's been great, really good.
Yeah. So this is your first Association of Pet Dog Trainers conference, obviously.
Yep.
And I think we had about 1,200 people in San Diego for 5 days.
5 days.
And it was great. What do you think was the best part of it? I know what my favorite part of it is.
Well,
go ahead.
My favourite part was probably just meeting everybody and being able to talk to people, and just how open everyone was and sort of willing to educate.
So just the networking and meeting and talking to people and exchanging of ideas.
Exchanging ideas, and yeah, just the general talking to people and just how open they were. That was the main thing for me.
What would you say would be your biggest takeaway, if there is one thing? I know there's a lot that went on in all that time, and it was an intense amount of information.
A very intense amount. My brain sort of feels like it's about to explode. But yeah, it's good.
It's like that for me almost every year, but I do remember specifically my first APDT conference. There was just so much information, so many people were available at my fingertips that I only read about, and I discovered so many new friends and so many new people, and so that was a lot. But there must be something. Is there anything in particular that you...
I think the main thing was to listen to a lot of the trainers and how they used to work and how they now work with dogs now, and how everything's kind of evolved and is evolving still. I think that was a lot to take on board.
Absolutely.
And there was loads of information in all the different seminars, especially in Suzanne's. My brain.
Suzanne Clothier.
Yeah, Suzanne Clothier.
You enjoyed that?
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
I think you said you enjoyed BAT as well.
Yeah, BAT with Grisha, that was really cool.
Stewart,
yeah.
That was an awesome seminar. I think that's really wonderful. When we've discussed a little bit, in your time here, how it's just interesting to figure out how different trainers would approach different problem behaviors.
Yeah, it's interesting to get kind of like a varied opinion on how they approach different things.
Yeah.
And see how I can work lots of different things into the way I train from now on, really. I
mean, watching you on the BBC one clip, I wasn't necessarily pleased with everything that I saw there, editing or no, but what I did like was your general demeanor with the people, and it's clear that you read dogs well and that you have an affinity for dogs, and so I think that that really shines through, and I'm hoping that now you can incorporate even more stuff that you learned into.
I will be. I mean, I've got a lot to do when I get home.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting.
Yeah,
very exciting.
Lots going on over there. And what about your dogs at home? What are your dogs at home that you've got?
Well, I've got 3. I have a Staffy called Jazz.
So it's like a Staffy bull, we would call it.
Terrier,
yeah. Cuties.
Yeah.
I love those dogs. Little bowling balls.
Yeah. A little Yorkie Jack Russell cross. Who's brain damaged. He's from Spain. He's all wobbly. He's very sweet. Yeah, very cool dog. And Jack Russell cross Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
And Max is your brain damaged little Yorkie.
Yeah.
Yorkie cross. Do you know what happened to him, or how did you get him?
I rescued him actually from someone's flat. Yeah, down on the beach in the south of Spain, and they'd been kicking him in the head.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That's what happened to him?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I went up and knocked on the door, because all the neighbours had been complaining, and to ask kind of what was going on. And then basically he turned around and he said that he didn't really want the dog. I said, well, I'll take it. And he's been with me ever since.
He's just a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
They were just kicking him around.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. I didn't realize that. And then Jazz, your staffy, how did you...
Jazz was owned by agoraphobic lady, and unfortunately hadn't been out for a while, and he was a bit bonkers.
Literally hadn't been out for a while.
He hadn't been out for a couple of years.
Oh, that's terrible. I shouldn't laugh, but
no.
That was an understatement.
Yeah, just a little bit. And he was a bit bonkers when I got him, but after sort of going for a good couple of walks and a bit of training, he's a really cool dog.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have your new
And my latest Jaffa Cake is, she was a bait dog, unfortunately. And I rescued her. She actually came as a foster and she never left. I suppose that's a story many people have.
You do a lot of fostering, don't you?
A lot of fostering. Normally have about 6 to 7 foster dogs at a time, but I've had anywhere up to about 11.
Because you have
I've got space.
Property
that
you can use.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Training area, and they've got a big house and about an acre pen.
Oh, nice, nice. Do you work with one specific organisation, or are you open to...
Well, I mean, I do bits and pieces with a couple, but there's one specific one which is All Dogs Matter training.
All Dogs Matter?
Yeah. They're a dog training centre in London, and most of their dogs, well, all their dogs are in foster homes.
Oh, okay, so they don't have a facility.
They don't have a facility as such, no, they kind of foster them out, and so a lot of them come to me before they go to their new foster homes. And,
yeah. Kind of assess them as well,
yeah.
See if they're safe to...
See if they're safe to...
Yeah.
And to see who they'd be suitable for as well.
Nice, nice. It seems in the time that we've known each other, which isn't very long, we have spent a lot of time together though. A lot of time together. No, it's been lovely. We did drive back and forth to San Diego though.
That was a long journey.
That was a long drive.
Yeah.
But it does seem like your passion is mostly, for animals in general. I see that, but for rescue animals, for shelter dogs.
Yeah, I really love shelter dogs. I mean, the thing is a lot of them back in England are bull terrier kind of crosses, and they're just so misunderstood. They're really misunderstood, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because they make lovely, lovely pets. And sometimes they take a bit of work to kind of integrate them into the family like any dog. But it's just a shame that they're kind of all being thrown into these shelters, and they just sit there for years. What
would you say is the most common problem that you see in your private practice, in your training practice?
The most common problem really is like a lack of socialisation. People don't socialise their dogs young enough, so they don't really know what to do socially when they're put in a situation with other dogs. And normally they're well socialised around people, but the main thing is with other dogs, and so people don't socialise them really enough at all.
And there's so many open parks there, aren't there?
Oh yeah, it's not like here. I've noticed that a lot of the dogs here are on lead, and back home everyone's off lead and running around parks.
And you can take them on the tube, you can take them anywhere?
I take my dogs on the tube, you can take them on the bus, yeah.
That's so crazy, having 3 dogs and just riding around, I love it.
Yeah, you can go to the pub with them, you can take them anywhere.
Yeah,
it's
great.
So
cool. Well, that's a little different here, but we're hoping that, I mean, I think behavior has something to do with that as well. I mean, my hope is that the more dog-friendly places that pop up, you know, the better behaved the dogs that come into these places, the more likely we might get more of that. So I think it's so important to teach dogs to be social in cafes, outside of outdoor cafes, and in dog parks,
sure. So
that hopefully we don't lose the freedoms that we do have, and maybe even get some extra. I would love to see the U.S. a little more dog-friendly like Europe is.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. It'd be lovely. Well, we've had a great time so far. I think you also, you went to Ian's seminar in Philly. You followed him along there.
That was amazing. Yeah, I had a great time. I followed him to Philadelphia, and it was a 3-day seminar.
Yeah.
Full of information, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, as I said, I mean, I've been here now.
It's been over 2 weeks.
Over 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks, and my brain does feel like it's going to explode. I've got loads of notes written down that I'm going to have to go through when I go home, because I'm not sure it's all quite sunk in yet. But
well, you'll have time on the plane ride home tomorrow to sort some of that out.
Exactly.
And what's the first thing you're going to do when you get home?
The first thing I want to do when I get home is go and get my dogs, basically. Yeah. Go and pick up my
Give
dogs.
Give everybody a kiss. But you've had some stand-ins for a while.
I have, yeah. I've had lovely Hugo, Dune, and Zuzu.
Play with.
Yeah.
These guys have been keeping you company and sleeping with you at night. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Been having lots of cuddles at night time, so it's good.
What do you think of that? Nice. Well, I really want to thank you for taking the time to come here. I mean, I don't know if people don't realize this, but you know, after the explosion of your situation on the BBC One show over in the UK, you know, everybody kind of was up in arms, and our dog community, our Dog Star Daily friends, and you know, they contacted us, and you contacted Beverly Cuddy, and of Dogs Today, and I think very bravely just got out there and said, hey, you know,
yeah.
If you have something to offer, and or just people, you know, anything you'd like to share with me, I'd be happy to learn.
It's what I found so amazing about my time here, is that everyone's been so willing to share information and kind of help everyone else learn, which I think is brilliant.
And it was great of you to, I mean, it's not so easy to stand up to your critics and just come up and be open, and so I think that took a lot of bravery and grace, really, to do that. And literally, though, I mean, it was Thursday before it was less than a week from the time that you and I first got in touch via email to you being here on our doorstep.
Exactly.
Actually, about 5 days. So
yeah.
I commend you for coming, and I'm glad that we had this opportunity, time-wise, to spend some time together.
Thank you, and Ian, for having me. I mean, it's been brilliant.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we're not done tonight. Tonight we're going to puppy classes. We have serious puppy training classes to attend.
Brilliant.
And we've also done some serious sniffer classes and
It's been great.
dog parks and everything. So it's been fun for me to see everything through your eyes too, and to get to show you around a bit. So hopefully you'll be back.
I'm sure I will.
All right. Thank you very much. Good having you.